Hey, welcome back to the channel. Not sure I'm really liking this shot right here, but we're gonna see how it turns out. I think it's gonna look pretty trash, but I'm still working with it. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like when we get done here. And might be kind of stupid. I don't know. We'll see. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about variable ND filters. Like this one right here. It's the Freewell variable ND filter. It's kind of a system is what I would call it. If you shoot any kind of video at all, especially outside, you're definitely wanting to invest in some ND filters. This system right here by Freewell is kind of a step above or a little bit different than what you'd normally get in an ND filter set because it's a whole system. So what you get is a little base like this, and then you get the filter looking like this. You can either use the mist filter or you can use just a regular ND filter base. And then that slides in here like this. Like that right there. I've been using this mist filter. I'm not so sure that's the best thing in the world. I'm not so sure if I actually really do like the footage coming out of the mist filter. I know it was all the rage on YouTube for a little while, but I think the hype's kind of over. I don't know. The thing about the mist filter is once you film something with the mist filter, ain't no coming back from it. So if you don't like the looks of it, your video is going to be toast. So I don't know. I think I'm going to go back just to regular ND filter base and call it good. So you get the actual variable ND filter on top. You can put it on top. And you get a 2 to 5 stop and a 6 to 9 stop. And then you just put this on in front of your camera and you can adjust it like this. You adjust it like this. And it works out pretty good. I usually just use a 2 to 5 stop ND filter. That's all I usually take out with me. If I need to reduce the exposure any more than that, I just start using aperture and shutter speed until I get my desired look. Just because I don't want to be carrying that many extra ND filters and have to worry about changing them out and all this and that. This is a pretty nice little setup, and then you have a little cap that goes right on there like that. But there is a problem with this design. Let's say you have this on the front of your camera like this, and you try to pull just the cap off itself. A lot of times it separates the base part and the variable ND part. Let's try it again. See if we can get it this time. You see, it separates. So that's not very good. So what you find yourself doing is because that magnet is so strong, it kind of separates the two different filter sets, and you have two different things going on. So the easiest way to get the cap off is to slide it down like that, and then it easily comes off the ND filter, and then you can go around shooting. But the only other problem with that is that I've found, and this is something that wasn't mentioned in any reviews that I saw, any of the pre-reviews that I saw online before I bought these, is when you put this into your camera bag, like if you have a lens, you set it down to your camera bag, you start walking around, that's getting jostled about a bit. No matter what, you're always going to pull out your camera, and it's not going to have this cap on there for sure. And 9 times out of 10, this whole thing is going to come apart in your camera bag. So when you go to pull out your camera, you're probably just going to have this little piece right here attached to your lens. You're going to have to reassemble this whole thing before you can start using your camera. I don't know. It's kind of a pain if you ask me, and not a very good design. I mean, the magnets are really, really strong, but if you just break them a little bit, they just fall right off. Another thing you might think about is like if you're using a capture clip, like on your backpack, if you have this thing, right here and it's hitting, your front as you're walking along, there's no doubt that this thing's going to separate on you. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're looking into variable ND filters. Freewell does make really, really good filters. I have another set of them, never had any problems with them. But I'm not really sold on this variable ND system thing, magnetic system thing, because it just comes apart too easy. All these pieces to lose. I've already lost the cap to it, And that's the $30 replacement fee for that. It just seems like to me that you might be better off just using a variable ND filter with everything like the old school, like everything all in one piece. And then if you want that mist filter look, go ahead and get you a mist filter to put on top of the ND filter or behind the ND filter. And then you can get your mist look that way. So what kind of ND filters do you use when you go out shooting outside? And is the mist filter craze over with once and for all? I don't know. For me, I think I'm done with it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.